Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when the drop whole game in the chokehold.
I be out on a late night, opposite a play fight. See sign break night. This break night. My wristwatch is like a...
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 15. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Well, the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Sanders now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now it's Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jarrett McKinnon. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. But they wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter, shiftier defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And it's caught. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Tyler Kroft, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And it's 15-0. Sanders now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. This is Bell on the dump off. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And he finds a man on a crossing route. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give to Bell. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The give is to Bell. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. Brandon. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. From the gun, it's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Down right around the 25. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On second down, here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there, he had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Wilson. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing is Wilson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up a third down. On third down, Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
21.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here we go. White. Hey, gun.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now it's Lockett. He will not go down.
Have to retake those ankles.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. The Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Got it. Good. Look for signals. Go left.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
Has that changed in a big way? The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Gotta go.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Throw left side complete. It's Bell. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A dump down to McKinnon. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll toss it to Breida. And down he'll go at the 25. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Returnable for Lockett. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage?
Look at the big man rumble! And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there just before halftime. 48 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Tempo.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. To throw is Wilson. To throw on 3rd down. Goes underneath for Bell. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Hauschka's kick it. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Garoppolo on first down. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny? When we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts. That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Garoppolo finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
21.
Now a toss play. It's Breida. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And it'll be intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Again, it's Bell. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Barkevious Mingo in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he will find his man on the outside. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Garoppolo now. Screen play, McKinnon. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now he's forced out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now it's Wilson. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football.
On the interceptions he's thrown in, frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And that is incomplete. Akello Witherspoon, really good coverage from the Colorado man, getting a hand in on it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Sanders now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Here's Wilson. His throw incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. That'll bring up 2nd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now Wilson on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to sling this deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll begin the drive with Breida. And now running right through it. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The tackle made by K.J. Wright. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
13.
They go play action here on first down. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Offensively, with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Barkevius Mingo in that time on the tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go.
Here's Breida, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Sanders pulled it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 34. Down.